Hey guys, okay, so I'm gonna kind of just put y'all down there for a second because what I want to talk about today in this video is God knows best. This is a word that the Lord gave me earlier this morning, and it just like been it's like I have to get it out now, if that makes sense. Because I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't gonna come back on here until tomorrow for Bible study, but He keep like giving me this word now for someone. God knows best. God knows best. God knows best. And the places in the Bible where I want to talk about, before I give you guys these examples He gave me, is I want to talk about Elijah fed by ravens in 1 Kings 17, and I also want to talk about Numbers. I want to talk about Numbers 24. It's a continuation of 23 of Balaam's first oracle. I will read a few verses from 23, but he also said 24. But what I want to talk about, guys, in this video is God knows best. I don't know if y'all really can hear me, but anyway, let's talk about that. God knows best. You guys may be facing certain situations. It's a little dark to me, guys. I'm sorry. You guys may be facing like certain situations or certain circumstances where, maybe you look back on it now and it's like a good thing, or when you like, as you're going through it, you're like, oh, I'm glad this worked out this way, or you're still trying to like wrap your head around it. But either way, what God keeps saying to me is He knows best. Not just for me, but for me to share with you guys as well. He knows best. As we kept saying to my spirit today with this word, God knows best. God knows best. God knows best. You may be in a situation, I'm just throwing out different ones. This word is going to be different things for different people. But if you could just trust God, whether you understand it or not, you could just trust Him and go with His leading and guiding with your certain situation or life or story or experience or circumstance, you're going to be okay, because God is not going to tell you nothing wrong. He's not going to lead you down a dangerous path. Like, He doesn't have no ill motives. His heart and His thoughts towards you is good. His thoughts towards you and His plans for you is good. So that means ultimately He going to lead you down the best path. When you're in the GPS where you're driving and you do your maps, they're going to lead you on the best route, that they feel is best for you. Like, it could be a shortcut route to get you there quicker or whatever. And sometimes it malfunctions. Sometimes it leads you to the wrong destination, or to lead you shy right above where you're supposed to be. But it still had good intentions. Even with certain people in your life, they may have good intentions and they love you and they care for you and they want what's best for you, but because they're human and they flawed, there will be times that you may be disappointed by them. They may fail you. But the thing about God that I so love about God is that He will not lead us wrong. Now, this doesn't mean that we agree with or like everything that we see in this earth, or that we go through, or certain things that we go through, that we understand everything that He does or says. No, it doesn't mean that. But He's not going to lead you wrong. He's not going to lead you wrong. Yeah, you're going to go through some painful experiences in life. You're going to go through some things that you don't understand, but ultimately He knows best. Some of you, like, you may have thought you were going to get married to that person or engaged to that person or be with that person because of the history or the bond or the chemistry, but it didn't work out the way that you thought. Maybe God was protecting you from things that He saw down the line, and maybe that person wasn't the best that He had for you. Maybe God know you would have been settling. Maybe God know that you would have just been used and abused. Maybe God know, like, you wouldn't reach your fullest purpose and potential. Because see, sometimes what happens, guys, I'm just giving you guys different examples what Holy Spirit was showing me earlier for some of you, because I don't know who the word is for, but He knows who it's for. Sometimes, just because that's what seems like it's best for us, it could be a relationship, it could be financial, it could be a job, it could be a career, it could be a move, it could be just your dream, like whatever it is. Just because that seems like that's good to us, and it could really be good to us, it could be better than other things that we've had before, or we could be in a better frame of mind or whatever than we were before. But that doesn't mean that that's what God has for us. That doesn't mean that that's the best that He has for us. So sometimes our view and our vision gets in the way of God's view and God's vision. You guys ever heard that quote that good is the enemy of great? See, good is good. Ain't nothing wrong with good. Good is all right. But great is always better than good. Great is better than good. So it's always another level up. It's always another step up. And I know sometimes, so let me just give you an example for a person on here. I don't know who you are, but a person on here that maybe you were in a relationship and you just knew he was the one. You just knew she was the one. You know, you already had the home in your mind, the white picket fence, the kids, how many pets, who gonna drive this car, this type of garage, this type of movement, but it didn't pan out to be like that. Maybe you poured and gave your all, and it's like now where you are now is like you feel blindsided or you feel all these different emotions, and you may feel like this is a word for somebody I'm saying this for. I don't know who. You may feel like, well, I'm never going to give my all in the next relationship. I'm never going to trust again. I'm never going to love another woman again. I'm never going to love another man again. Don't speak those words, because words become your reality. We know that life and death is in the power of the tongue, but don't allow that situation, like don't allow that bad apple to spoil your whole tree or your other apples. Don't allow what happened with that, and it's not taken away from that, but don't allow that to cause you to get stifled and stuck and bitter and not move forward, because God has so many other great things ahead of you. That could be with a relationship, that could be with a job. Even look at this whole situation with this coronavirus. There's a lot being said with this coronavirus, spiritually and naturally. And you know, God have his people, and it's like, even with this situation, God is speaking. The enemy has plans here too, but God is speaking, and God's plans is going to trump over all. God knows best. You know, you can look at this could be a financial situation, this could be a career move, this could be a job, this could be just you in your own personal life, whatever you're dealing with, your soul, your spirit, your emotions, your relationship, whatever. It could be a friendship, it could be something in family, it could be something in you internally. God knows best. It could be in a marriage, it could be in a friendship, it could be God, he be knowing best. To us, it looks like, God, what are you doing? It doesn't make sense. See, when we read about in Exodus, the Lord took the Israelite children another way. He didn't take them a way that's like, oh, I'm just going to take you that way, because if they would have had to face war, they would have retreated and went back. So he had to take them another route that could have been a little bit more difficult, that could have been a little bit more inconvenient. But God knows God knows what he's doing in you and through you and for your life, the route that he's taking you. It's not going to always be comfortable. You're not going to always have a straight shot with God. See, the thing about God, God is not an A, B, C, D, E, F, G type of God. God is a A, Z, B, Q, R, P, E, D, F, I, N type of God. He's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's more like 10, 1, 2, 3, 7, 4, 5, 6. See, but that doesn't mean that he's out of order or he don't know what he's doing. See, to us, because it's like, that's not the way I would do it. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't mean that he's not in control and that he don't know what's best. He knows what's best. And then some of you are like, well, he knows what's best. You know, how come he allowed me to stand it for so long or go through it? I don't have all the answers for that. You know, there are some questions I have for God too. Some of them I may not know until eternity. But you got to trust him, because he knows best. There is better up ahead for you. There's a better job. There's a business he has for you. There's ministry. There's purpose. There's destiny in you. There's a new relationship. You got to charge that to the game. You know, you have to charge that to the game. You got to take that as a learning experience. You got to take that and you got to charge it. Don't allow it to keep you ensnared or angry at God, or like try to pull away from who you really are. Because see, God he's gonna get the glory out of this, and then this is gonna be used what the enemy wanted to use to break you and take you out and destroy you and kill you. God is gonna use this to build you up. God is gonna use this for purpose and testimony. God is gonna use this to get your skin thicker. God is gonna use this so you can get closer to him. God is gonna use this so that when he continue to bless you and really open up what he really have for you, you will see like the positives and negatives of it. You'll know how to act and not act. You'll know when to react and when not to react. You'll know when to respond and not to respond. You'll know, because he knows best. That's what he's been saying to me all this morning. He's been saying this morning to me since about 7 something this morning. I've been in my private time, my devotional time. I had to run out for a few errands because I had to go pay a bill that's coming up. And then I went and got some lunch and different things, and I came right back in the house. I really didn't even stay out long. And it's like he kept been saying that to me all this morning. God knows best. And something else that he showed me the other day, me personally, but I can share this with you guys because I believe that this nugget will help someone. I don't share everything he shared me because a lot of times when he shared me, it's just for me. But when he tell me I can share with you guys got the videos, you guys get what we're doing. So I do try to pour a lot of what he's saying to you guys as well, just like his other prophets and people that speak and his other people that speak. You got teachers, prophets, preachers, evangelists, ministers. We all have a ministry in some way, so I always encourage you guys with that. So even you too that's listening to this video. So he kept telling me lifetime. Think lifetime over liability. See, because when you think lifetime, you think purpose, you think lifetime, you think of foundation, what God is building, and how this is going to not just touch you and impact you. It's going to touch the lives of other people. And you're talking about purpose and destiny. When you think like that over like a liability or a loss, you will continue to flow in the right direction with God because you have the perspective that he's giving you, because you're in tune and sync with him, like we read about in Ezekiel 1 a lot of times. So that's how you have to think. We even did that are you going to choose Isaac or Ishmael video, and we did a lot of teachings on perfect will and permissible will. And you don't want, telling you don't want 5 months or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years down the line and you looking back time I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Excuse me, I just had lunch, guys, and if I could go back and change the hands of time, why won't you just do that in the now, so that when that comes you don't have to go through that? Because how many of us have gone through experiences where what we shoulda, woulda, coulda did and we didn't do led us to where we are now, or led us to another season of our life. And then you have to make conscious decisions. You have to make conscious decisions naturally, and you have to make decisions spiritually, what route you're going to go, like your crossroads, your fork in the road. And you have to be conscious of that. And then when you decide to move in that, like I told you guys on videos from years before, you got to be ready for what comes for that decision. Okay, for example, because I done been on both sides. If you're not a drug dealer, but I have dated and been with people that been into that, and I'm not anymore, but I've been, a lot of people that I've been with have been, but if you in that lifestyle, you're gonna get the consequence that come with that lifestyle. Death. You may go through shootings, you may go through robbery, you're gonna face a lot of jealousy and envy. People gonna want to betray you and turn on you. Prison. You're gonna deal with the consequences that come with that lifestyle. Yeah, you're gonna have that fast money, you're gonna be able to fly and do what you want to do, but eventually if you don't stop and repent, you're gonna get caught up in that, and that's gonna come and draw you. That's that side. If you're a person, you working hard, you trust in God, you're trying to live a right life, you're gonna get the blessings that come with that. You're gonna get peace. You're gonna get protection because notifications. You could be on that other side, but the spirits that you're open to on that side is what's going to be that's going to be active in your life. So you're going to be paranoid. It may be hard for you to go to sleep. You may have to sleep with a gun up underneath your pillow. You may have to keep a gun on you. And I'm not saying me, I'm just saying when I wasn't saved, these are some of the things that I've experienced because these are these type of people that I was around. Now, I've been around some good people when I wasn't saved, but for the majority, I wasn't on a good path at all. And God know that I had a heart for him, but I was around the wrong people, and that would have took me out. So I thank God for saving me when he did the way that he did, because he was very gracious to me. And you see it on both sides, and I've given you guys multiple examples of this. Like if you're a cheater, or let's say you're in a company and you cheating, like your clients, you cheating, you doing fraud, you doing the wrong thing, that's gonna catch up with you. I gave you guys so many different videos on that, but like it's the good seed, the bad seed, good examples and good examples of evil, of not good examples of evil, Good examples of how your evil will catch up with you, and then what the Bible say about it. And then good examples of when you seeking God, even if you're going through, how your blessings gonna catch up with you. Because let's say that person that was cheating. I'm not gonna get into this because we did some videos on this. I'm gonna move into the word, but I'm just trying to tell you how God knows best. That person that's cheating, robbing, stealing. Eventually, it's gonna come a time where they're gonna be stolen from. It could be somebody stole their old man or their old lady, or somebody that they was with. It's going to be a chance where opportunities may be stolen from them. It's going to be a chance where people may actually come steal from them. It may be a chance where they may lose out on certain things because of the seeds that they sowed. See, Galatians 6, like I believe 9 to 10 talking about, or 7 through 10 talking about, do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. And then we did some videos to talk about generational curses and generational blessings. How when certain things are open in your life, if it's not broken and it's negative, it's going to continue in a negative pattern as a curse. So you want to renounce that and repent and all that different things that goes to that we talked about already multiple times. And you want to empower the generational blessing, because if you don't, it's going to continue on. So I don't know who I'm doing this video for. God knows best. We don't know the answers for everything, guys. I definitely know the answers for everything. But ultimately, God knows best. See what I love about God? God knows your past. He knows your right now, your present. And the present is called a present, like you guys heard this quote before, because it's a gift. And he knows your future. God he's omnipresent. He's omniscient. He sees and knows it all. He's Alpha and Omega. See, the thing about God, he can see everything at one time. He don't have to be looking around like we do, or have to put things be in front of us and then he not like that. He can see everything all at one time. See, to him, because he exists outside of time and he dwells in eternity, to him everything is done. But it has to catch up in the physical realm. We know there's a spiritual realm that is just as literal and real as this physical realm, but it's spiritual. But there's movement there and there's movement here, like we talked about a lot too on this channel. But sometimes it has to catch up in the physical time. See, we read a lot of different Bible stories talking about it was not the fulfillment of time yet, or the time have not yet reached its fulfillment, or when the time did reach its fulfillment, that's when God released certain blessings. That's when God released certain judgment. That's when certain things was released. Even when we was reading about Jesus a lot on our Bible studies, they've been wanting to kill him, but they couldn't. When they were trying to like entrap him and kill him and do some things, he would slip away, or it would say because it was not yet his time. Even when Satan was tempting him in the wilderness, he had to flee for a season because it wasn't his time. He still had to go do what God had called him forth to do. Like you getting back into Ecclesiastes 3:1. I'm sorry guys, because I do still gotta wash my hair, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But if you get into like Ecclesiastes 3:1, it's talking about there's a time and season for everything, for every activity under the heavens. And we did a lot with Ecclesiastes 3, like 1 through 8. There's a time for this, there's a time for that. But I just kind of want to encourage somebody faith with that today. God knows best. He knows best. You may not understand why you had to go through that, why you went through it. For many of you, you didn't even do nothing to have to suffer or go through the way that you did. But God knows best. And what the enemy meant for evil, God is going to work out for the good. I want to encourage you with that Romans 8:28 through 39. Also that Genesis 50:20. So now let's get into the reading. And even if I didn't give your situation, let me tell you something. God know you, and God know your situation. And God knows it all. He does not miss a beat. Not God. He don't miss no beat. He knows, and he knows it all, and he sees it all. And trust me, God is taking all that into account. And God works in strange ways sometimes. And you have to let God be God. You have to let him be God. You have to choose if you're going to be the driver in your life, or you're going to get in the passenger side and let him ride. Some of us need to get in the trunk. Some of us need to get in the back seat and really let him drive. Like I told y'all when I had my green car. I gave y'all this word a couple years back. It's only one brake and one gas pedal in my car. It's not two. Whoever in the driver's seat is in the driver's seat. Whoever in the passenger seat in the passenger seat. Whoever in the back, you just in the back. But everybody, thank you, Holy Spirit, but everybody's in a rightful position. Everybody is in a rightful position. And as it is naturally, Justice is not going to be driving the car. He's going to be 5 years old. He don't know how to do it. He may go up there and sit and be playing with the steering wheel while the car in park or it's off, to feel like he be driving. But he's in his rightful position in the back in his car seat safe. I'm in my rightful position because I'm the owner of the car and I'm driving the car. Now, if I let somebody drive my car, like a close family member or something, which is very, very rare, I really don't let nobody drive my car. But if you like a close family member and we're in the car, I trust you to get my car, then okay. Or if I don't feel like driving and we together, we chilling out, I'd be like, you can drive, and I chill in the passenger seat. I'm reading a book, or I'm listening to music, or I'm on the phone or something, or we just talking, whatever, because I trust you. But everybody is in their rightful position. See, you got to trust that God is in his rightful position over your life. He has to be your Savior and your Lord. Right? When you think about landlord, that is the Lord over that land. Your landlord, he's not your Lord. He's not your Lord. The Lord is your Lord, but that's his property. You renting, you leasing, whatever. He's the Lord over that land. And God has to be Lord over the land in your life. He has to be, we're going to probably have to do 2 videos because this is going to cut off for me in 7 minutes. So I'm going to have to combine the 2 videos into one in that app. Because I'm not going to just stop. When this stop, I have to release this whole word. God has to be the Lord over the land of your life. He has to be the Lord. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You have to be the Lord over the land of your mind. Every day, you got to be renewed. We got to be transformed by the renewal of our mind. Romans 12, 1 through 2 through 3. We did a whole series on that. He got to be the Lord over your heart. He got to be the Lord over your soul. He got to be the Lord over your life. He got to be the Lord over your spirit. Got to be the Lord over your decisions. Hold on, guys. Let me put this candle out. I think I let it burn long enough. He got to be the Lord over it. He got to be the Lord over it. And you got to trust God, even through the pain, even through the questioning, even through the heartache, even through the grief, even through the betrayal, even through the experience, even through your story. God will work all this out for your good. He's faithful to do it. He is so faithful to do it, guys. Telling y'all what I know. And I know many of you know that as well. But he is going to be faithful to do that. So I would like to read First Kings 17, but I also want to read Numbers 24. Now, I'm going to read First Kings 17 first, and then I'll come back to the Numbers 24. But I hope somebody was encouraged through that. You got to trust God because God knows best. See, let me tell you, I'm going to read this to you, even though we've read this multiple times before, but this is a word for somebody too. Proverbs 3, 5 through 6. I live by this scripture because I have to do it every day. Listen. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. He's going to direct your paths because God knows best. See, that's like you that have kids, or you that maybe like you good friends with somebody, or like you in the marriage or whatever. They may not always see what's on the blind side, but because you see and you'll be knowing. God will show you things spiritually concerning that, in common sense, like wisdom, physically too, because he blessed us with both. He blessed us with the spirit and the mind and the heart that we have for a reason. And it like you'll be telling this person something, be like your kids. You're like, maybe your kids want something so bad at that time, and they don't need that, or like their friend is not good for them, or I know my kids don't need to be hanging around such and such, or going to such and such house. You just know, or you'll know, no, you don't need to be around such and such, or no, I'm not going to get this for you right now, and that may hurt them, and that may feel like you don't know what's best, because see, they have settled in their heart how they feel about it. But really, you protecting them because you know best, because you're that parent. You want the ultimate best for your child. So it's like, how could you be, it's like, how could you be a parent in the natural and want the best for your kids, and you God's child, you God's son, you God's daughter, and you think he don't want what's best for you? Yeah, that child may have potential and may feel the type of way, but you really do be looking out for them on all levels. You really do want what's best for them. They really are covered. And then they'll look back and they'll be like, my mama told me that, or my daddy told me that, or such and such told me that. I didn't see it then, but I see it now. You know, there are many times where my mom or my grandpa or my grandma, especially my grandma, you know, they'll tell me certain things about people. My dad sometimes too, but he was mostly locked up. So it was mostly like my mom, but really like my grandma and my grandpa, really, because they had raised me. They'll tell me certain things about certain people that I was dating, or certain friends I was hanging around, certain places I was going. And to me, it was like, oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. But when you look back, like as I look back over the years, this was years ago, but as I look back over the years, you see, you know, and that's like, let's say you marry to a person and they may not be like on game as you, maybe spiritually, or just that discernment, that intuition that you have, you know, and you may be like, you don't need to hang around buddy, like you don't need to hang around him, just his vibe and stuff is off of him. He like, no, that's my bro, like he cool, he good people, he my family, he's fine, nothing wrong with him. Then you look later and that person was jealous of him, or they went down for something, or they wanted you as the wife. You be telling them things that they really don't see. But if they would trust you, especially if they know you telling them well, it's going to go well for them, because that's wisdom. That's walking in wisdom. That's walking in discernment. That's using wisdom. And wisdom can save your life. Wisdom can save your life. You listen to God. God is wisdom. So he's not going to tell you nothing to destroy your life. He's going to tell you things to save your life and enhance your life. See what I'm saying? When God give you those nudges and those urges, and he keep giving you the neon blinking lights, as I like to say, and he keeps showing you something in his word repeatedly, or you keep hearing confirming words where it's people that don't know each other, or and it's like they're saying the same thing, and God is getting that message to you in that time. He's doing that for a reason. So you have to make a choice. Are you going to be sensitive to that, or are you going to ignore that? Because I know what it's like to do both, and now I'm on a path where I'm very, very, very sensitive to it. He's showing to you and you ignore it, then you suffer the consequences when you didn't have to go through that unnecessarily. Or you're going to trust him, his leading and guiding, even though it may be painful, but you trust him, and you being spared and you being blessed. Guys, what I think I'm going to do, because on 28 minutes it's about to cut off, I'm going to close this video, then I'm going to start recording the reading part, and then that's going to be it for this video.